What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are returning to the battle for Minaret and the return of Johnny Ridden. Last time, in the past, we saw Uma with package number 6. We know that he eventually went to lead a rebellion post-Abawaku. We also got to see Uma's Gelgoog Vertex Kuranos in action along with Jacobius's Vertex Xanthos. This time, we actually aren't going to conclude the return of Johnny Ridden. I lied last time, we still have one more episode after this one. Everyone converges on Minaret. The Vasuki team takes a shortcut, while Resin provides Shar data on where to find the ship. So let's get into this. Led tells the 4th patrol team to pull back, while the 1st squad will take their place. Dijeh says that someone is watching them. Oxnard gets into communication with the Luna 2 base commander. Shar gets video footage from Resin, who went ahead, which means that Shar wasn't the person who flew ahead of Resin last time. It was just one of her squad mates. He gets into contact with her. She is amazed to be talking directly to Shar. He tells her to continue monitoring the area. One thing to note is that Resin isn't the commander of her squad. She's just a lieutenant right now, but Shar's communicating directly to her. He contacts Arlette in the hangar and asks her if the mobile suit is ready. It is a little early, but she is sure she can make it work. Shar heads to the mobile suit deck to prepare for launch. He tells Captain Lorenzo to gather around the outer perimeter. The Blanc rival spots Xeon ships. They too will head to the outer rim of the battle while the mobile suits move in. Yazan and Ingrid prep for launch. A mechanic tells Yazan that by adjusting the shape of the combustion chamber and using a new propellant, the output has increased by 100% compared to the original, but he has to be careful about the output. Yazan launches in the Mark II and Ingrid in the heavy Gundam with the burst liner. Arlette tells Shar that his new mobile suit's joints were provided by Granada and reinforced by Doga-type units. The limiter hasn't been removed, but the max output has been increased. She knows that he will try to max it out and go 3 times normal speed. There wasn't really any time to test this, however. He muses about the higher-ups like Horst Harnest, who just approved the budget for this and refers to them as ordinary people. Remember, Horst is trying to push him away from being a soldier and towards being a leader. Arlette tells him that he has 7 funnels along with a new type of Psychomu system. This, of course, is a Psycho frame-based cockpit. He and Danton launch. He launches in the new Dijeh Traversia. The MSK-008S Dijeh Traversia is a data collecting mobile suit designed by Arlette Almaj. The data for this unit will go on to inform the Sazabi. This is built off of Shar's damaged Dijeh. It also uses similar binders used on the Sturm Diaz, which greatly improves the MBAC system. It also has a Psycho frame cockpit, which is brand new at this time. Weapons include 6 funnels, the Yak Doga shield, a pair of beam cannons, a beam rifle, a beam pistol, and a beam Naginata. The generator will go on to be used in the Yag Doga. Danton launches in the Sturm Diaz. Resin and her team are waiting for Shar to make a move when she notices something. It is the Blanc rival team. Ingrid is able to sense something through the debris field. Yazan tells Valenstein and Kawase to not hit any big asteroids or their location will be revealed. He tells Ingrid to be patient and not rush in. But once they pick up something on the radar, he suggests that they move in towards Minaret. Even Ingrid is starting to think that they should play the stealth game while in the debris field. Little do they know that Yazan knows of a secret path. They spot Resin's team. The sensors on the Mark II are quite strong and are able to pick up Neozeon through the debris. He sends the data to his team. Ingrid is the first to move in. Like Yazan, Resin is similar in that she is an old type that seems to be able to keep up with new types. She is able to spot Yazan's team just by the change in light. However, she doesn't want to chase them into the debris field as she is still waiting for Shar. The Nakaya notices Yazan's team is coming in very fast. They alert the mobile suit team. Dijeh and Oxner wonder who is going to attack first. Gerald Sakai and his team get intel and they begin building a defense. The Gelgoog vertices are informed of Vasuki's team moving in. The 2nd platoon leaves Minaret. They will be guarding the stern. The engines must be protected at all costs. Shar is informed of Resin's movements, but he lets her handle it as he thinks that she could handle anti-airship situations easily. He wants to head directly to Minaret, but he plays it safe and delegates first. He seems to be trying to take more of a command role than his usual hot-headed self. Shar wants Danton to defend the Musaka class. Neozeon's 2nd company moves out in the new Gyaradogas. The commander tells the team that maintaining formation with Shar is most important. Their team heads out to Minaret. Yazan reflects back to the Battle of Abawaku during the 1-year war. We don't know much about Yazan during the 1-year war, but this comment suggests that he was indeed at the Battle of Abawaku. Ingrid asks if he's ever been here since the 1-year war. He tells her about when he was here when it was renamed the Gate of Zidane. This was during the final battle in Zeta Gundam. Ingrid says that it is crazy that the Federation tried to move this thing. He says that it was a crazy experience caused by crazy people. Ingrid has been asleep until recently, so she asks Yazan to tell him some old war stories if they make it out of this. Yazan and the Vasuki team come upon empty space. There's a trail in the debris field which acted like a road when the Federation moved the Gate of Zidane. This is why Yazan was so confident about moving through the debris field, unlike the others. He knew of this path. They're able to speed up and shortcut their way to Minaret. He wonders why he didn't stumble upon this during grips. I guess he doesn't know it is a constantly moving ship. Kawase and Valenstein split off from Yazan and Ingrid and go search in the debris field. He will light a signal when they need to regroup. Resin spots the Gundams. The Vasuki team moves in to attack FSS, but she is uncertain of GOP's allegiances. She assumes they are FSS. She sends the intel on the 2 Gundams to Char's team. He notices the Gundam Mark II. They are certain this is GOP's team. Char says to focus on eliminating FSS first, then focus on Minaret. Hearing of the Gundams, he got excited by the thought that Amado may be here, but he won't be showing up. Oxner gets intel on the 2 Gundams and wonders why GOP only sent 2 units. He wonders if GOP and Neo Zeon are working together. They too don't know where allegiances stand, but they have to buy time. They tell the Chimera team, it is time for the Gelgoogs to take action. Led's first platoon heads out. Suddenly, something in Hugh Marquine Kelvin's room activates. Responsible person? I think that should probably say responsive. Oh, Japanese people trying to do English. Ditkot tells the Neo Zeon forces to cease activity and leave this airspace immediately. He represents Nikaya as the Earth Transport Union Army. The Chimera gets sent a message to support the Nikaya if the time comes. The ship moves out. Led gets permission to engage in combat from Ditkot, as Yazan is taking out what looks like power modules on the asteroid. He spots a sniper. They're forced into fighting short-ranged. Yazan is going to move in so Ingrid could beeline it to Minaret. They're going to set up a backdoor inside Minaret's control system so GOP and his men can gain access. That is when Char and his men approach Minaret. The first thing that Char notices is the sniper in the area. He gets into contact with Resin, who is to support his team. Char fires and hits a giant asteroid, getting the attention of Yazan. He notices that this is a new prototype and tells Ingrid that he will clean up this mess. Jacobius is sniping from a distance and notices the increase in firepower. Led notices heavy Gundam and wonders if it is Ingrid. Jacobius will keep formation while Led and Uma rush in. They're going to need to call in a second platoon for help. The 2 break formation. Char and Yazan engage in battle. Char is trying to draw out whatever is coming their way. That is when the Gelgoog Vertices makes it to the battlefield. Yazan starts getting off at all of the strong opponents on the battlefield. Strong men. Led chases Yazan, while Char fires on the 2. Uma takes on Ingrid. She says that he is still annoying even after all these years. Behind the 2 fighting is the burst liner. It fires on Uma. He realizes that she must have a Seikomu system as she is controlling it remotely. Ingrid wonders who built their Gelgoogs. Uma says that he will prove that his Gelgoog Vertex is stronger than Led's. The 2 continue their fight. Ingrid fires the burst liner on a downed Magellan in the debris field. He says that she should be fighting as Johnny's wingman instead of against them. She remembers Uma telling her that he will protect his home, the Chimera. She wonders what he plans on doing to Minaret. We flash back to Uma with package number 6 acting weird and Ingrid noticing his odd behavior. She says that 10 years ago, he started caring about her feelings, but he never tried to understand how she felt when he started the rebellion. Kikonoe and the Blanc rivals spot the Nikaya and notes that it is Oxner. The captain knows that Oxner was once a colonel under the ranks of Revel's high command. He hopes that Oxner will have some sense to at least work together with GOP to prevent Char and Neo Zeon from getting their hands on Minaret. The enemy of my enemy type of situation. However, they don't know that FSS is composed of mainly old Zeon. They spot another fleet approaching. He asks Constantine and the escort team what he thinks. He goes, I don't know, man, I'm just a chauffeur. Kikonoe starts talking cryptic and wonders if they should abandon the Vasuki team and join up with Oxner. Constantine is just trying to stay out of as much trouble as possible, but he wouldn't be able to leave his comrades if he were him. Kikonoe says that perhaps Constantine should just turn around and head back to Kompe Island. But then he says, nah, what the hell is this conversation? I think I'm losing something in translation here. Kikonoe begins moving into Abaoku airspace. Kikonoe sends out Phileas to launch in his mobile suit. Simmons, Emma, and Cristobal receive an image from Led. It shows them Char's new model. Cristobal says that mobile suits give him a bad feeling. They have simulation data on Char's new mobile suit, but they know that simulation data is nowhere on the level of the real thing. Simmons decides to go help out. The reason they lost to Char last time is because they fought alone. They need to work together. The ship will retreat and act as a supply depot. Emma mentions that the beasts need to work together, referring to Uma, Johnny, and Jacobius as the manifestation of the mythical Chimera. Siemens, Gannon, and Myers will go help them. He says that they might not survive. Myers tells him that if one died, another takes its place. Remember, they are the Hydra team. If Johnny's team is the living manifestation of Chimera, then Siemens' team is the living manifestation of Hydra. They move out. And that will do it for this episode. Everyone is moving into place for the final battle. There are some things that I'm losing in translation, as these last few volumes are very technical in vocabulary, which is a little outside of my understanding. So if I miss something, leave it in the comments. Next time, we will finally conclude the return of Johnny Ridden. Aishwarya, Bob, and Scott make it to Minaret. Johnny Ridden makes his appearance, and we will see the Zabi instrument of revenge in action. But that will do it for now, new types. If you face a Hydra, one must take out all heads. Peace.